My friends, I just came home from my very first solo headlining tour all over Europe. You awesome people turned this into a huge success. I honestly can't believe how many of you showed up to these shows. If you couldn't make it, you really missed out. But don't worry, we're already planning the next dates for next year. But it was a very eventful tour, to say the least. Our bus trailer with all of our equipment broke down somewhere in the UK. We were this close to cancelling the most important show of the tour in London. Martin almost cut off his fingers trying to open the replacement trailer. We finally cracked 1 million subscribers while setting up for a show in Germany, and I proposed to Nata, to the love of my life, on stage in Paris. Her reaction was pretty crazy and I will show it to you later in this video. But first, let's turn back the time and start at the beginning. So the day we left on tour was mostly spent pushing boxes and cases around. Here you can see my new live rack consisting of a camper amplifier, an in-ear monitoring system, and to give you the same high quality experience that you know from this YouTube channel, Martin brought a lot of lights on this tour and a huge LED wall. Nata and Martin number 2 in the background were kind enough to help out a lot with the merchandising on this tour. We brought my new signature pics that the guys from thepixhouse.com made for me. If you want some custom pics with your own designs, I can highly recommend their website. Super awesome, high quality print. I'm very happy with the result. The tour bus and trailer arrived relatively late in the evening because we were driving overnight to the first show in Berlin. The toughest part right away was figuring out how to fit all of our equipment into this trailer. Back then we obviously did not know about all the troubles that would await us later concerning the trailer. The tour bus itself was pretty cool. It was essentially our home for 2 weeks. As you can see, there's a kitchen area with pretty much everything you need. Of course, there's also a toilet on the bus, but if you've been on a tour bus before, you know the most important rule already. You can only go number 1, number 2 is not allowed, but at least you got a nice view. There's also a nice place to hang out in front of the bus. As you can see, it's already starting to look a bit messy. And in front, of course, you have the driver. We actually had 2 of those on this tour because we were traveling very long distances. This is Nata looking for a place to sit. And back there you can already see the bunks where we would sleep throughout this entire European tour. Since we were not that many people, I used some of these bunks for my guitars, so they get some good rest as well. This was my bunk and I was sleeping here for 2 weeks. Martin put the dressing room sign in there for some reason. And in the back lounge we had some space to relax and hang out, especially in the mornings or after the shows. Aside from the awesome LED lighting, we also had 2 TVs that we basically never used. There was also a PlayStation we didn't use because we simply didn't have any time. You do get a nice view during the drives if you're already awake to see it. And aside from the comfortable chairs and sofas, of course, there's also a fridge back here and an LED color wheel to choose the mood of the room accordingly. So after getting some rest, we already arrived at our first destination, Berlin, the very first show. As you can see, Martin was already very excited for that one. The first show of each tour is always the most challenging one. You need to spend a lot of time to find out how to do all of these things, how to manage the time, how to set up all of the equipment. Every night started with a guitar clinic for everyone that bought a VIP ticket. I had a lot of fun talking about my most important guitar technique and theory tips. And after each clinic, before doors, I would come to our awesome merchandising booth to sign some merch, to take some pictures with the VIP guests, to talk about anything guitar related really. And it was really cool for me to meet so many of you in person.
We're in Germany.
Aschaffenburg.
Refresh it. 1, 2, 3. Still not.
And Norwin, our awesome sound guy, was so kind to help me out to finally crack 1 million. We did it. Success!
Now you're happy.
Now I'm happy. Now the next goal is 10 million.
Dun, 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 dun.
On the next day we had one of the most important shows in the Netherlands, a huge venue. They even had an elevator for all of our equipment. Every single night I also came out after the show to hang out for a couple of hours with all of the concert guests, like this guy who came all the way from the United States to see me play in the Netherlands. Thank you so much for that.
UK, we're coming for you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I just took the ferry to the UK. I don't know if we are in London yet. Maybe yes, maybe no. As you could see, the mood was pretty great when we arrived in the UK, but then this happened. So right now we're somewhere outside of London on a gas station. Doesn't look like urban London. I have no idea where we are right now. And the reason why we are stuck right here is because our trailer just broke down with all of our equipment. So all of the lighting stuff, all of the guitar stuff, pretty much everything we have on this tour. Martin and the touring company were trying to find a solution for this now for a couple of hours already. I really hope we can make it to the show. So let's see what happens. At this point, Martin and Norvin took an Uber to go to a rental car service, but they were not allowed to rent anything over there because we wouldn't have been able to return the car during the business hours. While the guys were gone, a mechanic came to fix the trailer, but he actually forgot the most important tool or part, so he could not repair anything. For the third option to solve this huge problem, we already called a bus company in the morning and it arrived way too late. So we tried to fit all of our equipment into this very small truck, and somehow, like a miracle, we made it. There's pee on my guitar now.
What happened?
Bus is leaking.
Nice.
It's a pee guitar. Nata, Martin and me were driving in an Uber to the venue. We were basically sitting on needles hoping for the best, that we wouldn't run into a traffic jam or anything. It was getting way too late and we were not exactly optimistic about all this anymore. Everyone helped during the load-in, which was an awesome experience. Thanks so much to everyone. It was kind of a miracle, to be honest, but we somehow pulled it off.
We are here. The show starts in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes. Bernd is tired. It was a long day.
We made it last minute. Here's a song from this unforgettable night, especially for you.
Sands of time are flowing again. I disappear with the shock of the pain. Some of all my past mistakes. Life gives and then it takes. Every day spent to no avail. From the start we're set to fail. All that was will be no more. Washed up at the terminal shore. But I would give to start again. Turn my back on this bitter end. To right the wrongs and heal the pain. So that you won't forget my name. But time it marches ever on. Till every chance is dead and gone. We're left with nothing but regret. And the hope that we'll forget.
When we were done with the show, a replacement trailer arrived at the venue, but the company did not give us the right code for the lock. Martin had to cut it open. I'm quite sure that this didn't exactly look right for the people that were watching us, but it was the only way to get the trailer open, and I'm really happy that Martin did not cut off all of his fingers. It looked quite dangerous. On the next day we took the ferry back to Paris after just sleeping for 2 or 3 hours. As you can see, a lot of us were quite tired, and Norvin finally got some very well-deserved rest. Nata also passed out on the couch and we took the most epic selfie on the tour with her. So I'm playing in Paris today. As you can see behind me, we are on a boat. Pretty cool venue, and it's a pretty special show for me. I have to be really quiet. I'm about to propose to Nata on stage, to the love of my life. Hope she's gonna say yes. So Martin was kind enough to help me out with my proposal. We were actually hiding the ring in one of his racks. I made sure to buy a special box for the ring that would light up on stage so that Nata is hopefully seeing what I'm showing to her. So let's see how this turned out. Please welcome to the stage, Nata. The reason why I'm bringing her out is not only because she's my favorite singer of all time, also because she helped me with building this guitar. That's what a lot of people don't know about. Instead of talking about all that boring stuff, let's do something different, Nata, tonight. I need you to do something for me.
Let's sing a song.
Nope. I need you to close your eyes and you need to promise me not to open them until I tell you so. Okay?
Yes.
Keep them closed. Keep them closed.
Okay, this is new.
This is new. We're doing this for the very first time. Just keep them closed a little bit longer. It's getting a little bit embarrassing to call you my girlfriend after 10 years of being together. Open your eyes and look into my direction.
Oh my God.
Will you marry me? Paris is the city of love. We are not doing this every night on the tour.
This is a surprise.
Thank God you said yes. It would have been quite embarrassing for me and for you as well, because you would have still had to sing the song together.
Awkwardly.
It's kind of awkward. The last days of this tour went by so fast because we really found our groove with loading in, setting up, doing sound check. In Italy, I actually had a very well produced interview for a documentary. I was super proud to be part of this one. It's about rock music, metal music, and I think also guitar playing. Hey friends, so we're in Italy, in Milano today, and the loading situation is a little bit difficult. Right here you can see the tour bus, but moving here, getting all the equipment over those asphalt blocks was a little bit challenging, as you can see. So it takes quite a while to load in all of this stuff. And we're on stage already. No problem. Oh. And just like that, we already arrived at the last show in Munich, setting up the gigantic set for the very last time. Martin was a big fan of the changeover music. It was a band with a singer that likes to sing very, very high. And here you can see a very, very, very tired and confused BERNTH arriving in Vienna again. I don't even want to know how many hours we actually slept on this tour. Definitely not enough, but it was all worth it. Alright, my friends, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for turning my first headlining solo tour all over Europe into such a success. As I mentioned, we are already putting together the next tour for next year, so I hope I will see you there. Let me know in the comments where I should come. My new single Time live in London is out today, and the full live album will follow, hopefully very, very soon. Until then, thanks so much for watching until the end. See you on tour. Bye bye.